You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show. Hello boys and girls, I'm Alex Manners and welcome to my live Solihull Radio Children's Show on this rather wet Sunday morning. But let's not let the rain dampen our spirits because I've got lots and lots of wonderful things coming up for you today. I've got loads and loads of really fun and exciting songs to get you moving and grooving for the rest of your day today, this weekend. I've got some episodes of some old children's shows, some stories to read for you, and Rainbow Man is going to be having another fantastic adventure to a place in Birmingham, and the place that Rainbow Man will be visiting with his friends today is called Cadbury World, and it is a wonderful place that I've been to before, and I think it's absolutely wonderful, and I would urge you all to go down to Cadbury World and have a chocolatey visit. Well, to get my show started today, I thought I'd play you one of our favourite songs here on my children's show. Can you guess what it is? That's right, our favourite song here on my children's show is Bob the Builder, Mambo number 5. So I hope this song gets you moving and grooving for the weekend ahead. Here we go.
Are you ready, Bob?
Yes.
What about you, lovely?
I'm a bit scared. Okay, team, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody's outside, so come on, let's ride to the builder's yard around the corner. The gang's all here, and it's time for us to do what we wanna. There's a house with a roof that leaks. It's an urgent job, and it could take us weeks. There's Dizzy, Lofty, and Rolly too. Wendy always knows just what to do. And there's no job too big or small. With scoop and mug, we can do it all. Metal, brick, or wood, it's all good, and we can always send in the tractor. A little bit of timber and a saw. A little bit of fixing, that's for sure. A little bit of digging up the roads. A little bit of moving heavy loads. A little bit of tiling on the roof. A little bit of making waterproof. A little bit of concrete mixed with sand. A little bit of Bob the Builder Man. Careful, Dizzy. Jump up and down and move it all around. Mix it up to the sound. Dig a hole in the ground. Take one step left and one step right. And one to the front and one to the side. Clap your hands once and clap your hands twice. And if it looks like this, then you're doing it right. A little bit of timber and a saw. A little bit of fixing, that's for sure. A little bit of digging up the roads. A little bit of moving heavy loads. A little bit of tiling on the roof. A little bit of making waterproof. A little bit of concrete mixed with sand. A little bit of Bob the Builder Man. Mambo number 6 and 7, 8.
Is this Mambo number 5? 6, 7, 8.
That's a lovely job, Bob.
A little bit of timber and a saw. A little bit of fixing, that's for sure. A little bit of digging up the roads. A little bit of moving heavy loads. A little bit of tiling on the roof. A little bit of making waterproof. A little bit of concrete mixed with sand. A little bit of Bob the Builder Man. There's Rolly, Lofty, Scoop, Mop, and Dizzy. So much work to keep us all busy. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. With the team and Bob the Builder Man.
Yes, they can.
All right. Lovely. A little bit of Bob the Builder Man.
Well, I hope that song got you moving and jiving for this Sunday show this morning, because it certainly got me moving and jiving. Well, the two children's shows I'm going to play for you this morning are called The Little Princess and The Magic Roundabout. So here we go with the theme songs for The Little Princess and The Magic Roundabout, and see if any of you out there remember these two songs.
She's a little princess. She's a little princess.
If any of you have any birthdays that you would like to text in for me to read out here live on my Solihull Radio Children's Show, then you can text in any birthdays you have to 075 64 30 30 64. That's texting in the studio on 075 64 30 30 64. Or you can email us right here on studio@solihullradio.com. That's studio@solihullradio.com. And as always, I will endeavour to play your birthday messages right here, live on my Solihull Radio Children's Show. Well, before I play you an episode of one of those children's shows, here is another song to get you moving and grooving, and this time it's the Womble song, Remember You're a Womble. So please get moving and grooving, and don't forget, remember you're a Womble.
Washing up for Madame Cholet. Remember, 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 remember. Remember you're a womble. 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 Remember, remember, remember what a womble, womble, womble you are. When it's foggy on the common and you just can't see, and I womble into you and you womble into me, just remember we're so lucky to be wombling free. Remember, 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 remember you're a womble. 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 Remember, remember, remember what a womble, womble, womble you are.
That was Remember You're a Womble from the Wombles of Wimbledon Common. And that was a children's show that used to be on the TV. And here is another children's show that some of you may remember. And this episode of The Little Princess is called Fancy Dress. And so I hope you all enjoy The Little Princess and Fancy Dress. Here we go.
She's a little princess. She's a little princess.
dress up.
What a beautiful day. Hello, Bunny. Oh. Strange behaviour.
Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour.
Something's going on.
Oh, bye-bye. Hello. Just pushing my barrow. Nothing to see.
I wonder if the princess knows what it is. Hello.
Oh, it's you.
Are you doing something you shouldn't?
No, I'm getting ready for the party. It's fancy dress.
How lovely. What are you going as?
No!
Let me guess. Sleeping Beauty?
No.
Oh. Cinderella?
No.
Snow White?
I'll give you a clue. I'm not a princess.
Fair maid.
Oh.
Is that your costume?
Oh.
So, what are you then?
Shh. It's a secret.
I won't tell.
Guess.
You're a clown.
Yep. Shh, shh, shh.
Why is it a secret?
'Cause there's a competition for the best costume. Scruff wants to come too. I told you already, only if you wear fancy dress. I just need to get my whoopee cushion. Shh.
Princess, your lovely costume.
I need something else. Daddy's going as a clown.
What will you go as?
I don't know.
You don't have much time.
I know. The Princess and the Frog.
I thought you said you weren't going to go as a princess. Isn't the Princess and the Frog a bit princessy?
I'm the frog.
Ah, of course. How lovely.
I'm not lovely. I'm froggy. Gribbit. Gribbit. I need one more thing. Tadpoles from the pond. Gribbit. 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 Gribbit.
Are you all right?
The flippers tripped me up.
Tricky things, flippers.
Gribbit. Gribbit. Gribbit.
That way.
Gribbit. 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 Gribbit.
Who's there? Who's there?
Shh, it's me. But you mustn't look.
I can't not look. I'm on lookout duty.
There's a monster on the starboard bow.
Where?
Over there, behind the greenhouse.
Oh, monster alert! Oh, monster alert! I can't see it. I can't see it.
It's all right, Admiral. The monster's gone.
Ah, hello. Nice costume.
Don't look.
Oh, sorry. An odd place for a nap, though.
I keep tripping over my flippers.
Aha. Maybe I'll win the musical chairs this year, then. Toodaloo.
Oh, yes, I'll have some of them. Oh, yeah, those will be good. And, oh, yes, a few plums. Yes, I could use a few plums right to the side there, yes.
You ready, Princess?
No, I'm not going. I haven't got a costume.
Oh,
Oh. I know.
What's she up to now?
Can I have some balloons, please?
Need any help with your costume?
Are you ready?
Nearly. Ta-da!
A space alien.
No,
The Loch Ness Monster.
no. I'm a bunch of grapes.
That's what I was going to say next. It's very good.
I know. I thought it up myself.
Where are you off to now?
Get some leaves. Oh.
Princess,
I'm not going.
it doesn't really matter what you wear, surely.
It does to me.
But you'll be all by yourself.
I won't. Scruff can't go either.
Isn't there anything you can wear?
No. I know. Scruff, we're going to the party.
Ta-da! Don't I look delicious?
I'm a ghost. Woo!
I hope that's not one of the good sheets. Oh, what a smashing outfit.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My back.
Oh, Prime Minister, what do you like?
No, not this way. No, not this. I will be with you in a moment.
Control that emu, Chef. Remember where you are.
Oh, no.
This way!
No. Hello, I'm a tomato.
Is that the best you could do?
It's sold out of cabbages.
Ahab! Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, look! A cowgirl!
Pakachow!
Hello, cowgirl.
Where's your cow?
Hello.
What's he come as?
La 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 la.
Oh, look, he's a fairy!
La 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 la.
Oh, don't they all look marvellous? I'll have to decide a winner.
But where's the princess? And Scruff?
Oh, dear. Poppet?
I'm not your puppet. He is. We're in fancy dress. I've come as Scruff, and Scruff's come as me. Oh!
You look great, princess. You ain't nothing but a hard dog.
First class.
Congratulations! Princess and Scruff win joint first prize for the best costume. You look marvellous, sweetheart.
Ow!
Cake for the winners, huh? For you, princess, some nice cake, huh? And for you, Scruff, a juicy bone, huh?
Oh, no.
Oh, silly me, huh?
Yummy. Oh!
That was The Little Princess. You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show. I will be playing you another episode of The Little Princess a little later on in my show. But just a minute ago, I had a text in to the studios for a birthday. And this birthday is a very special birthday because today my grandma is 80 years old, and I would like to wish my grandma, Jenny Cox, a very, very, very happy birthday.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday to you.
So from me, your grandson, Alex Manners, and the rest of the Solihull Radio team and all of our family, I'd like to wish you a very, very happy birthday, and I hope you get lots and lots of wonderful presents. And I'm going to play for you one of your favourite songs that you told me about a few days ago, and this song is called They're Changing the Guards at Buckingham Palace, and it is a poem that's written by A. Milne, the same person who coincidentally wrote Winnie the Pooh. So I really, really hope you like this, because I know it's one of your favourites from when you were younger. So here we are with Changing the Guards at Buckingham Palace by A. Milne.
The changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. Alice is marrying one of the guard. A soldier's life is terrible hard, says Alice. The changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. We saw the guard in a sentry box. One of the sergeants looked up and that's all, says Alice. The changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. We looked for the king, but he never came. Well, God take care of him all the same, says Alice. The changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. They made big parties inside the grounds. I wouldn't be king for £100, says Alice. The changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. Her face looked out, but it wasn't the king's. He's much too busy assigning things, says Alice. The changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. Do you think the king knows all about me? Sure to, dear, but it's time for tea, says Alice.
Did you enjoy that, boys and girls? I bet you've never heard of it before. Well, They're Changing Guards at Buckingham Palace was one of my grandma's favourite songs when she was a little girl. And I hope you enjoyed it, because I know I really enjoyed it when she first showed it to me a few days ago. Well, today, Rainbow Man and his friends are going to be visiting Cadbury World in Birmingham. And if any of you have been there, then you will know what a fantastic chocolatey adventure that they will have today. So, here we go with Rainbow Man and his friends at Cadbury World. I really hope you enjoy it. He is here, he is there, Rainbow Man is everywhere. Seek him here, seek him there, see him in his rainbow chair. Hello, Rainbow Man. I wonder where you are going today. Rainbow Man is very hungry today, so he should love where he is going for today's adventure. Do you know where you are going today, Rainbow Man? Rainbow Man thinks for a while, and then shakes his head. I bet you are hoping that it is somewhere to do with food, Rainbow Man. Rainbow Man nods his head. Well, you are very lucky today, as today you will be visiting Cadbury World. Rainbow Man starts to cheer. Woohoo! Do you know where Cadbury's World is, Rainbow Man? That's right, Rainbow Man. Cadbury's World is in Birmingham, in an area called Bourneville. It's been the home of Cadbury's chocolate since 1879. Right, time for an adventure. Off we go. Rainbow Man zooms up in his chair and starts swirling around with lots of colourful swirls. Swirling here, swirling there. Rainbow Man goes everywhere. Rainbow Man appears outside Cadbury's World. You have arrived, Rainbow Man. You are now outside Cadbury's World. Rainbow Man waves his arms in the air and starts cheering. Woohoo! Did you know that Cadbury's World first opened in 1990? Come on, let's go inside. Before Rainbow Man enters the Aztec jungle, which is the first part of Cadbury's World, he is given a few bars of chocolate. Go on, Rainbow Man. Why don't you have one of those bars of chocolate? After all, you are very hungry. Rainbow Man eats one of his bars of chocolate. He chooses the flake. Rainbow Man enjoys his flake and eats it as he is going round the Aztec jungle. Look at that, Rainbow Man. It's the Aztec Emperor Montezuma. It looks like he would have guarded his cocoa beans very well, doesn't it? Rainbow Man nods his head. The Aztecs used to use cocoa beans as money. Look, that board tells you how many cocoa beans they would have traded for different items. Rainbow Man can't believe that cocoa beans used to be used as money. Rainbow Man carries on through lots more of the different zones at Cadbury's World. He learns about the cocoa beans' journey to Europe, how chocolate is made, the Cadbury story, and gets to see what Bull Street was like when the Cadbury business first began. Learning about chocolate is fascinating. Now we are going to see how some of our favourite chocolate products are made. Rainbow Man can see some of the chocolatiers making some of the items that are on sale in the shop. The items that you can see being made are on sale in the Cadbury shop. We will be visiting the shop later. Rainbow Man starts to cheer. Woohoo! Do you know what a chocolatier is, Rainbow Man? Rainbow Man guesses that a chocolatier is somebody who makes chocolate. Yes, that is right. A chocolatier is a person or a company that makes chocolate. The next zone that we will be visiting is my favourite thing at Cadbury's World. Rainbow Man looks really excited. The next part of Cadbury's World that we will visit is called Cadabra. It is Cadbury's World's very own ride. As Rainbow Man is in the queue, waiting to have a ride on Cadabra, he bumps into his friend Grumpy Doug. Hello, Grumpy Doug. Grumpy Doug says hello to Rainbow Man, but tells him that he should be more careful and watch where he is going. Sorry, Grumpy Doug. Rainbow Man did not mean to bump into you. Look, you are now at the front of the queue, so it's your turn to have a ride on Cadabra. Why don't you go on the ride together? Rainbow Man and Grumpy Doug decide that this is a good idea, and both go on the Cadabra ride together. They both climb into the front of the Beanmobile and head off to enjoy the ride. On the ride, they see lots of cocoa beans. They see the Caramel Bunny, and they see Mr. Cadbury's parrot. Smile for the photo, Rainbow Man and Grumpy Doug. At the end of the ride, Rainbow Man and Grumpy Doug both climb out of the Beanmobile. Did you both enjoy the ride? Rainbow Man nods his head, but Grumpy Doug does not. Oh dear, Grumpy Doug, did you not enjoy that ride? Grumpy Doug enjoyed the ride, but he did not like sitting in the front of the Beanmobile with Rainbow Man, as he did not have any room and felt very squashed. Well, next time you visit Cadbury's World, you could always sit in the back of the Beanmobile on your own. Grumpy Doug agrees, and lets Rainbow Man carry on through more of the exciting zones. Goodbye, Grumpy Doug. The next zone Rainbow Man visits is the Advertising Avenue. We are now in the zone called Advertising Avenue, Rainbow Man. Rainbow Man goes straight up to a window where he can see a chocolate dog. Woof woof, Rainbow Man. You have found the dog. From the Cadbury's Coronation Street adverts. Rainbow Man then spots a drumming gorilla. That is a gorilla from the Cadbury Dairy Milk advert from 2007. Rainbow Man loves looking at the gorilla. He keeps pressing the button to see the gorilla playing the drums. Rainbow Man, do you know when the first Cadbury's TV advert was? Rainbow Man shakes his head. Well, the first Cadbury's TV advert was shown in 1955 and advertised Cadbury's drinking chocolate. You can buy Cadbury's drinking chocolate in the shop. Let's go and have a look. As Rainbow Man leaves the Advertising Avenue and then the Purple Planet, he enters the world's biggest Cadbury shop. Wow, Rainbow Man, look how big this shop is. They don't just sell chocolate, you know. They sell all sorts of other items like chocolate-shaped mugs, Freddo the Frog toys, and Cadbury's tea towels. Look who I've just spotted, Rainbow Man. Rainbow Man wonders who it is that we have spotted. He is over by the Cadbury's caramel stand. Rainbow Man goes over to the caramel stand and realises that it was Giddy Gordon who we saw. Hello, Giddy Gordon. Giddy Gordon waves back to Rainbow Man. Giddy Gordon, is Cadbury's caramel your favourite Cadbury's chocolate? Giddy Gordon shakes his head. Well, what is your favourite Cadbury chocolate, Giddy Gordon? Giddy Gordon shows us his basket, where he has some Bourneville chocolate and a jar of Bourneville hot chocolate. Oh, so you like Bourneville dark chocolate the best, Giddy Gordon? Giddy Gordon nods his head. What are you going to buy, Rainbow Man? Rainbow Man decides to buy a packet of flakes and a Cadbury gorilla toy. Well, Rainbow Man, I think it is now time to go. There are a few more things outside, like an African adventure play area and a 4D chocolate adventure, but we can visit them next time. Goodbye, Giddy Gordon. Colourful swirls appear, and Rainbow Man starts swirling around with them. Swirling here, swirling there. Rainbow Man goes everywhere. Rainbow Man appears back at home in his rainbow chair. What an adventure! You really enjoyed yourself today at Cadbury World. Rainbow Man starts to cheer. Woohoo! What did you enjoy the most about Cadbury's World? The drumming gorilla was really fun, wasn't it? You even brought back a gorilla toy. Rainbow Man smiles. I wonder where you will go on your adventure next time, Rainbow Man. Rainbow Man shrugs his shoulders. Well, goodbye, Rainbow Man. See you next time. Knock knock. Who's there? Let us. Let us who? Let us in. It's freezing out here. You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show.
Percussion, strings, winds, words. There you see her, sitting there across the way. She don't got a lot to say, but there's something about her. And you don't know why, but you're dying to try. You wanna kiss the girl. Yes, you want her. Look at her, you know you do. Possible she wants you to. There is one way to ask her. It don't take a word, not a single word. Go on and kiss the girl. Sing with me now. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, by your mind, look like the boy too shy. Ain't gonna kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, ain't that sad, ain't it a shame? Too bad, we gonna miss the girl.
lagoon. Boy, you better do it soon. No time will be better. She don't say a word, and she won't say a word until you kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, don't be scared. You got the moves prepared. Go on and kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, don't stop now. Don't try to hide it how you wanna kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, float along and listen to the song. The song say kiss the girl. Sha-la-la-la-la, the music play. Do what the music say. You gotta kiss the girl.
You got to
Kiss the girl.
why don't you
Wanna kiss the girl. Gotta kiss the girl. Go on and kiss the girl.
Say, kiddies, is your dog a one-of-a-kind underdog?
One of a kind. One of a kind now, baby. I'm the one. Doggone son of a gun now, baby. One of a kind. One of a kind now, baby. I'm the one. He's the one. Doggone son of a gun now, baby. One of a kind. Oh yeah.
One of a kind. They like munchies, can't be beat. They make each meal a special treat. Happy dogs are those who eat the kisses. They like munchies.
One of a kind. One of a kind. One of a kind now, baby. I'm the one. He's the one. Doggone son of a gun now, baby. Doggone son of a gun. One of a kind. One of a kind now, baby. I'm the one. He's the one. Doggone son of a gun now, baby.
Wow. One of a kind.
That's right. All right.
Hello, boys and girls. I hope you're all having fun this morning. And they were 2 Disney songs that I played for you on my show, and I'll be playing more Disney songs for you a bit later on. If you have any birthdays to text in that you would like me to read out, then don't forget that you can text in the studios on 075 64 30 30 64, or you can email me here on studio@solihullradio.com. And as always, I will endeavour to read out your birthday messages, so please send me any that you have in. Well, now I've got another episode of another old children's show to play for you, and this episode of a children's show is an episode of the Magic Roundabout, and a lot of you out there, especially mums and dads, may remember these episodes of the Magic Roundabout. So here we go with this episode of the Magic Roundabout, and I really hope you all enjoy listening to it.
Roll up, roll up. I have a special announcement. To me, everyone, to me. Come along. Don't be shy. Now, where is everyone? Never here when you want them. To me, everyone, to me. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Dylan arrived to see what all the fuss was about, and he asked Ermintrude to give him a ride. You'll have to pay, dear. Pay? Said Dylan. Like, pay? Pay? Of course. Oh, no, ma'am. Why pay? I'm a bus. Now, get off. Dougal decided to take action. Now, wait a moment, he said. Now, wait just one moment. What's all this about being a bus? Oh, are you a bus? Said Brian. What's your number? I'm a 12, said Ermintrude. Let's all go down the Strand. Poor old thing. Thinks she's a bus. Florence arrived. Oh, hello, she said. The train stopped. Hello! Oh, hello, old thing. And what might you be doing, if I may make so bold, madam? I'm a bus, a number 12. Oh, let's all go down the Strand. May I have a word? Said the train. Of course, said Ermintrude. Any amount, dear thing. The train got rather agitated. I want no buses on my patch, she said, acidly. Oh, come now, said Ermintrude. But the train wouldn't listen, and she went off in a huff. Buses, indeed, she said. Whatever next? Oh, dear, said Ermintrude. No wonder she was nationalised. Ah, well, I'll just have to show her. I've still got time for a snack, and I'll still beat her to Southend. I think I've given her far enough start. There was a confrontation at the crossing. I have right of way. Oh, hoity-toity. Now, ladies, this will not do. Do it will not. Well, make her get out of the way of my bus, said Ermintrude. Oh, dear, said Dougal. No wonder the country's going to the dogs. What am I saying?
And that was the Magic Roundabout. Did any of you remember that episode? You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show.
Did you ever see an elephant fly?
Well, I seen a horse fly.
I seen a dragon fly.
I seen a house fly.
See, I seen all that too. I seen a peanut stand and heard a rubber band.
I seen a needle that winked its eye. But I be done seen about everything when I see an elephant fly.
What you say, boy?
I said when I see an elephant fly. I seen the front porch swing, heard a diamond ring. I seen a polka dot railroad tie. But I be done seen about everything when I see an elephant fly. I saw a clothes horse, a raven buck.
And they tell me that a man made a vegetable truck.
I didn't see that. I only heard.
Just to be sociable, I'll take your word. I heard a fireside chat. I saw a baseball bat.
And I just laughed till I thought I'd die.
But I be done seen about everything when I see an elephant fly. Bow, ba-da-da-doo-doo. But I be done seen about everything when I see an elephant fly.
With the wind.
When I see an elephant fly.
That was the Disney song When I See an Elephant Fly from the Dumbo movie. And I've got loads and loads of wonderful news and events to read out for you now. Well, the first event that I want to read out for you is happening at the Core Theatre in Solihull. And on Friday, the 2nd of November, they've got a play on of Tabby McTat. Enjoy this delightful rhyming story of music, friendship and loyalty. And don't forget cats, lovingly adapted from the children's book by Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler. So that is at the Core Theatre on Friday the 2nd of November, where they'll be playing a play of Tabby McTat. Then, in Dorridge Park, on Sunday the 16th of September, from 12 p.m, it will be Dorridge Day, and there'll be lots and lots of wonderful things there, from big water fights, rides, cakes, the Full Monty Jester, and lots more. And may I just say that the Full Monty Jester is absolutely hilarious and really, really fun, and he was the one who was responsible for teaching me to juggle when I met him when I was younger at Ragley Hall. And that is the Full Monty Jester. So if you want to go down and learn how to juggle, then head down to Dorridge Park for Dorridge Day on Sunday the 16th of September. Something else that I found out about this week is happening at Earlswood Lakes Craft Centre, and it's called the Jungle Hut. Now, if any of you boys and girls like animals and bugs, then head down to the Earlswood Lakes Craft Centre to the Jungle Hut. The Jungle Hut is primarily a unique education centre, party venue and gift shop, and at times the Jungle Ranger opens up the Jungle Hut to the public for a small donation to experience and handle his array of jungle animals in the unique theme setting of the Jungle Explorers Lodge. They have lots and lots of different animals, from snakes, tarantulas, scorpions, lizards, giant African snails, hissing cockroaches, chameleons, and many, many more wonderful bugs and animals. And you can book the Jungle Hut for stage shows and parties. So if any of you really, really enjoy snakes and bugs, then don't forget to head down to the Jungle Hut at Earlswood Lakes Craft Centre. Another thing I heard about this week, well, I actually read it in one of the newspapers, was that one of my favourite children's shows, Thomas the Tank Engine, was getting a multicultural makeover, as they are bringing in some new characters to the new series of Thomas the Tank Engine. Thomas the Tank Engine will be spreading his locomotive love a little further in the next series, travelling to destinations as far afield as China, India, and Australia. There will be 3 new characters: Ashmina from India, Yongbo from China, and Shane from Australia, and they are 3 brand new engines that will be choo-chooing along to the Thomas the Tank Engine stories and the new series of Thomas the Tank Engine. So if that sounds really, really interesting, then head down to the Core Theatre, Dorridge Park, the Jungle Hut, and don't forget to tune in to the new episodes of Thomas the Tank Engine. Here's Reggae Randy and the Itsy Bitsy Spider. Get moving and grooving.
Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and watched the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. Spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and watched the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and watched the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and watched the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. Yes, man. Yes, man. Itsy bitsy spider up the spout. Down came the rain and watched the spider out. Spider up this boat, everybody cheer and everybody shout like, oi oi, oi oi oi. Follow reggae Randy now. Come follow me now. Yes man, yes man. Check this, check this, check this. It's spider up this boat. Everyone a cheer and everyone a shout like, oi, oi.
It's that time in the show where I'm going to read you a children's story, and the story I've got today is called Pigtails, written and illustrated by Nicholas Emerson. So here we go with Pigtails, written by Nicholas Emerson. It definitely was not a day made for pigs. The sun didn't shine at all, and everyone on Pig Island was puzzled. To make matters even worse, it was raining. Not raining in a light, refreshing way, while the sun drew rainbows. No, just big, wet dollops of rain splashing down, and thick, blue clouds filling the sky for as far as a pig's eyes could see. As we all know, the pigs had solved Hedgehog's very difficult riddle, and used one of his wishes to get them and Hedgehog safely to Pig Island. Bartholomew had told them all about it. Every day is a day made for pigs, he had said. So, you can imagine their surprise and disappointment at seeing such horrible weather. Bartholomew, Curly, Twirly, Onk and Hedgehog had been working up a loud rat-a-tat-tat on the door of their little house. Rubbing the sleepy dust from his eyes, Bartholomew opened the door and was amazed to see a large crowd of pigs. "Are you the ones who've been doing the rain dance?" said a very wet and angry-looking pig. "The rain dance?" asked Bartholomew, who really didn't know what the pig was talking about, or why there was an angry crowd in his front garden. "One of you has been seen doing a rain dance," insisted the pig, who was so cross that his face was the colour of a beetroot. Now, whenever Onk is happy or excited, he does his little pig jig, and this is what they meant. Onk started to cry. I didn't mean to make it rain," he sobbed. And of course, his pig jig hadn't made it rain at all. "There's no such thing as a rain dance," said Curly to the angry pig, "and it's not very nice of you to blame Onk," she said, being very loyal. "Well, we think that his dancing started it, and we want to know what you're going to do about it." The rest of the crowd nodded their heads and mumbled in agreement. "We'll find a way to stop the rain and show you how silly you all are," said Curly, and with that she shut the door. The others looked at her. How are we going to stop the rain, they were all thinking. But Curly had decided that this adventure was very much hers. Of course, they were all going on it together, but this time Curly was going to lead it. What are we going to do, Curly? Asked Bartholomew. We're going to Piggledy Place to see the Queen. Perhaps she will know what's really wrong with the weather. That's a great idea, said Bartholomew, who secretly wished he'd thought of it. They all set off through the pouring rain towards Piggledy Palace. When they finally arrived, they were soaking wet. They found the Queen, Pearl, in the throne room. She was pacing up and down and looking very flustered indeed. Bartholomew and Hedgehog bowed, and Curly and Twirly curtsied politely. Onk, who wasn't sure which one to do, just waved a trotter and hoped that that would be all right. And of course it was. Oh, my dears, gushed Queen Pearl, thank goodness you've arrived. I really am at my wit's end. This would have happened during my turn to be queen. Everyone's blaming Onk, said Curly, who was quite angry that anyone could think that Onk's little pig jig would make it rain. Whatever for? Asked the Queen, who smiled warmly at Onk. Because when he's happy, he does a little pig jig, and all the other pigs think that it's a rain dance. I've never heard such nonsense, said the Queen. Can you show me your little pig jig, Onk? Now, Onk became very shy all of a sudden, and his pig jig was something he only ever did when he was happy. And as you know, he was being blamed for the rain, so he wasn't really very happy at all. Never mind, said Queen Pearl. You can show me some other time. It really is lovely to see you all, and I was hoping that you would come and see me. As you know, something has gone terribly wrong with the weather, and there's a carnival on Sunday, so it has to be sorted out. How can we help, Queen Pearl? Asked Curly. Well, none of the pigs here on the island have had adventures before, where I've heard that you all have had quite an adventure getting here, so I thought you were probably the best little pigs for the task. Hedgehog coughed. Oh, and Hedgehog, of course. I'm sorry, dear. I didn't mean to leave you out, said Queen Pearl, realising that she may have been a little impolite. Now, dears, I have so many things to do in readiness for Sunday's carnival and parade. She looked suddenly worried and a little bit sad, which, of course, will have to be cancelled if you don't manage to stop the rain. Don't worry, Queen Pearl, said Curly. We'll stop the rain. They said their goodbyes to Queen Pearl and made their way down from the palace towards the promenade and beach below. While they were walking, Curly kept looking up at the sky. It was still raining very heavily, and dark clouds were everywhere. When they arrived at the beach, Curly looked out to sea. Why have you brought us to the beach, Curly? Asked Bartholomew, who was quite happy for Curly to be the leader, but being the eldest, wanted to know what was happening. There, exclaimed Curly, suddenly pointing far away towards the horizon. Bartholomew, Twirly, Onk, and Hedgehog squinted through the rain, trying hard to see what Curly was pointing at. Can't you see it? Said Curly impatiently. See what? Said Onk, who really just wanted to play on the wet sand. Lightning, said Curly, almost in a whisper. Sure enough, far, far in the distance, forks of lightning flashed down from the sky, cutting their way through the dark clouds. Well, said Hedgehog, who had been unusually quiet since they'd left the house earlier in the day. Perhaps you would like to tell us all why we are standing on a wet beach, on an extremely wet day, staring out to sea, watching lightning. He was beginning to get grumpy. It's simple, Hedgehog, said Curly. Can you see the lightning anywhere else? No, answered Hedgehog, after scanning the horizon for more lightning flashes. Then I think that's where the lightning is. It must be in the centre of the storm, and I think that's where we will find the cause of all this horrible weather. Curly added the last, I think, just in case she was wrong. I think you might be right, asked Bartholomew. I can't swim, said Onk, who then stumbled backwards, landing in the bottom of a puddle. Everyone laughed, including Onk, who didn't really know why. I'm pretty sure Curly means for us to go in a boat, Onk, said Bartholomew. And of course, that was exactly how Curly intended them to go and investigate the storm. The boathouse is actually on Piggledy Beach, and so Curly and Twirly, Bartholomew, Onk, and Hedgehog, who was still a little grumpy, made their way over to it and knocked on the door. They heard a clanging and banging and an occasional oof and ouch coming from inside, but eventually the door opened to reveal an old pig with a bushy grey beard and spectacles perched on the end of his snout. "Sorry I was a little while, mateys. I had to climb over the boat to get to the door," he said apologetically. "Are you in charge of the boats?" asked Curly politely. "I am indeed, young shipmates." "Bosson's the name. Bosson the boat pig," he replied, by way of introduction. Curly told Bosson all about their meeting with the Queen, and how Onk had been blamed for the rain. Bosson listened very carefully to what Curly was saying, until, that is, she said that they needed a boat. "You can't go out in a boat in this weather, my young sea salt," he said. "But we must," said Curly. "Please, Mr. Bosson," said Onk, trying to help. Bosson shook his head from side to side and tut-tutted. "Do any of you know how to sail?" he asked finally. They all had to admit that not one of them had ever sailed a boat in their lives. Bosson continued his head shaking and tut-tutting for what seemed like ages, before finally, stroking his grey beard thoughtfully, he announced, "Well, I suppose I'll have to go with you then. If it's the Queen who's asked you to do this, then it really must be done, mustn't it?" "Oh, thank you so much," said Bosson, they all said gratefully. "Come on then, shipmates, let's go in and get ready." And get ready they did. Inside the huge old boathouse were boats of all shapes and sizes. The biggest of these was the Golden Sow. She stood proudly on the slipway, waiting for the adventurers to climb aboard. Bosson had given everyone a bright yellow sou'wester, and while they were putting them on, he made a few last-minute preparations, and from up on the deck he called to them, "Up you come, mateys, we're ready to set sail." Through giant waves, the Golden Sow battled on towards the centre of the storm. Bosson and Bartholomew gripped the steering wheel tightly to make sure the boat wasn't blown off course. Curly, Twirly and Onk were lookouts. They scanned the sea with their eyes for anything that might be a clue to the cause of the horrible weather. As they neared the storm's centre, the lightning got louder, brighter, and all the more terrifying. Onk was the first to see something strange. "Look, there's something ahead," he cried. Each new flash of lightning lit up what Onk had seen. A huge grey column rose from the sea. An eerie mist swirled around it, and the lightning seemed to bounce off its crackled and eroded walls. It was an abandoned lighthouse. "We must be near Hogback Rocks," said Bosson sternly. "We'd better go no further." He was just about to suggest they turn back, when Curly noticed a faint light coming from high up in the lighthouse. Her heart leapt with excitement. This, she was sure, was something to do with the storm. Bosson lowered the Golden Sow's huge anchor onto the rocks to make sure the boat didn't drift away or get too close to the treacherous seabed. Then they all climbed into a little rowing boat for the short distance between the Golden Sow and the lighthouse. When they arrived at the lighthouse, they found that the door was open, and inside was a winding stone staircase, which seemed to spiral up and up forever. "Come on then," said Curly eagerly. "Let's see what's at the top." They all started to climb the stairs. "You young ones, go ahead. It will take me twice the time to get to the top with my old legs," Bosson said, seeing that they had all thoughtfully slowed down for him. So, Curly, Bartholomew, Twirly, Onk, and Hedgehog said they'd see Bosson shortly, and they positively bounced the rest of their way up to the top of the stairs. At the very top was an arched doorway, which was slightly open, allowing the light inside to shine out. "Well," said Curly, "that is it. In we go." She opened the door, which revealed a round room. In its centre was an old table, which was piled high with musty books. Seated behind the table was a pig, with a long white beard and a pointed hat, with stars on it. In fact, the robes he wore also had stars on them. He was reading one of the huge books by candlelight, and as he turned the dusty pages, he muttered to himself. Curly coughed politely to let him know they were there. At first, the pig looked startled, but then he said in a rather high-pitched voice, "Who are you?" Curly introduced everyone and explained why they had come. When she had finished, the pig stood up, almost tripping over his starry robes as he did so. "I did it," he announced proudly. "Don't you think I'm clever? I do." And then he started to sing and dance in a very showing-off sort of way. "I'm a pretty special wizard who can summon up a blizzard. or a flash of bright blue lightning from the sky. I can make this table vanish, or a frog speak fluent Spanish, change a lion to a monkey if I try. If it spells you one time plenty, more than 20 times by 20, and on this, my dear, I cannot tell a lie. I spray, tell me why you need me. I can tell you why you do indeed. Tell me why, tell me why, tell me why. We need you to make this weather nice again, said Curly. Please make the table vanish, said Onk. The wizard looked at Curly. It's not that simple, he said. Why? Asked Curly. Because he isn't a wizard at all, boomed Bossum, his face red with anger. He's come in while the wizard was showing off. It's young Norbit. You're in a lot of trouble, young pig. I'd like you to tell me where you've been for the last 2 days. Your mother and father are worried sick, and one of my rowing boats had gone missing. Now, what's it all about? Norbert started to sob. He took off his silly hat and the false white beard. He explained that he had taken one of Bossum's rowing boats and that he'd only wanted to row around the bay, but the tide had dragged him out to sea. The rowing boat had been wrecked on the rocks, and he'd only just been able to scramble up to the lighthouse. It was then that he discovered the magical spell books. And you read out one of the spells, asked Bossum, frowning. Yes, sobbed Norbert, and I really am sorry about your boat and all the trouble I've caused. I kept trying to undo the spell, but each time I try, the weather just gets worse. You're a very naughty young pig, sighed Bossum. While Norbert had been explaining everything, Hedgehog had been looking at some of the magic spell books. As we all know, Hedgehog is very good at riddles and puzzles. He had found the bad weather spell that Norbert must have said aloud and spotted the solution at the bottom of the page. This is very difficult, he said, smiling, and he showed everyone the book. There it is at the bottom of the page. It said clearly, in big block letters, Solution to the bad weather spell. Norbert, who was crying, said, But it's all written in a funny way. And sure enough it was. They all looked at the solution, and then looked at Hedgehog, and then looked back at the book. They were very puzzled, but Hedgehog was still smiling. Well, what is it? Asked Curly finally. Hedgehog took them over to a mirror, which was hanging on the wall. He turned the book upside down, and held it up to the mirror. There, do you see now? It's upside down writing. And of course, Hedgehog was right, and they could all see what the solution read. Rain stopped falling, wind ceased to blow. With this magic spell, I command you to go. They all read it out together, and in an instant, the bad weather had gone. Sunlight streamed through the lighthouse windows, and everyone cheered. Before long, they were sailing home to Pig Island, across a calm blue sea. When they arrived at the island, Norbert's mother and father were waiting to meet him. Norbert's father made him apologise again to Bossum for all the trouble he had caused, and promised that Norbert would help Bossum around the boathouse to make amends. They were very cross indeed, but like all mothers and fathers, were relieved that Norbert was home, safe and well. Queen Pearl was delighted to see them all again, and so grateful she picked Onk up in her arms and said, So, all could hear, the pig jig is now the official dance of Pig Island, and I want you all to learn how to do it. Then she whispered to Onk, Go on, show us how to do it. Onk was now very happy indeed, and also excited about Sunday's carnival and parade. So, doing his pig jig was naturally quite easy. As he did the pig jig, he sang, First you do a little wiggle, point your trotters to the sky, turn around and do a jiggle, kick your legs up high, sway 5 times to the right, to the left makes 10. If you want to keep pig jigging, you do it all again. And believe it or not, within moments everyone was doing Onk's pig jig. Queen Pearl, Bossum, Bartholomew, Curly, Twirly, Norbert, and every silly pig who had ever thought it was a rain dance. Curly looked at Onk and smiled. She had led the adventure that had stopped the rain, and proved that little Onk was innocent, and that from here on every day would be a day made for pigs. The sun would shine, and the mud would not be too hot and not be too cold, and where, if they wanted, they could play trotterball all day long. Oh, and of course, pig jig to their heart's content. And that was Pigtails, written by Nicholas Emerson. You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show. What do elves learn in school? That's right, the alphabet. And here's a song from the Tweenies called Do It Like Me.
Do it, do it, do it like me. Be as small as a mouse or as tall as a tree. Do it, do it, do it like me. Pretend to be a bird like me. Flap your wings, flap your wings. Do it, fly so high. Do it, swoop down low. Whee! Do it, do it, do it like me. Do it, do it, do it like me. Right, my turn, Fizz. Do it, do it, do it like me. Be as small as a mouse or as tall as a tree. Do it, do it, do it like me. Pretend to be a tree like me. You've got to be a big, strong tree. Ready? Ready! Stretch up high. Do it. Up to the sky. Do it. Wave your branches. Whoosh, whoosh. Do it, do it, do it like me. Do it, do it, do it like me.
Ha-ha! Oh, trees don't go very fast though, Bella.
Of course they don't.
Me now.
Oh, will yours be fast, Jakey?
Kind of. Do it, do it, do it like me. Be as small as a mouse or tall as a tree. Do it, do it, do it like me. Pretend to be a mouse like me. You have to be a very little mouse.
Little and very fast.
Crouch down low. Do it. Twitch your nose. Do it. Nibble some cheese. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Do it, do it, do it like me. Do it, do it, do it like me.
Yay! Nice one, Jakey. Right, my turn. Right, what can I do that's really fast?
Well, Milo, my gran told me that the fastest animal is a cheetah. It's like a lion, only with spots.
Thanks, Bella. I'm going to be a cheetah.
Milo!
Do it, do it.
Do it like me. Be as small as a mouse or as tall as a tree.
Do it, do it.
Do it like me. Pretend to be a cheetah like me. Now you have to run really fast. Run around.
Do it.
Run around.
Do it.
Run some more.
Zoo, zoo. Do it, do it, do it like me.
I said.
Do it, do it, do it like me.
The Tweenies Do It Like Me on Solihull Radio, and the time now is 9:15, and here is another episode of The Little Princess that you heard earlier on in my show, and this episode is called The Little Princess, I Want a Bicycle. So, I hope you all enjoy listening to The Little Princess and I Want a Bicycle.
She's a little princess. She's a little princess.
I want a bicycle.
Oh my, what a lovely day. Now, I wonder where the princess is.
Can't catch me!
It looks like they're having a race.
Come on, Slowcoach! Ah! I beat you! I was just lucky. Just lucky.
What's the matter, Princess?
It's this silly tricycle. It's too slow.
I see.
Tricycles are for babies.
The Prime Minister doesn't seem to think so. He goes quite fast on his.
He's got longer legs than me. What I need is a bicycle.
Oh.
I'm going to ask Mummy.
Smashing buns. That's it. Nearly there.
Can I have a bicycle, please?
You're not big enough.
I am big enough. You said so this morning. You said, you're big enough.
I said you're big enough. To tidy your sock drawer. Not you're big enough to ride a bicycle.
Oh. Dad.
Riding a bicycle is difficult.
I can learn.
Well, she's got to start sometime.
Come on, up, 2, 3, 4, hop, 2, 3, 4, hop, 2, 3, 4, hop, 2, 3, 4.
Ta-da!
What a lovely bicycle.
Look, it's only got 2 wheels.
Oh my. Can you go fast?
Nope.
Oh. Haven't you learned to ride it?
Riding it is easy. It's getting on that's hard.
That does look tricky.
Do you know how to get on?
Well, you hold the front and you stand on one leg. Try the other leg.
Oh.
Does that help?
I think so.
Oh dear. Perhaps you need someone else to help. Can't you ask your mum to help you?
She'll say I'm not big enough. Oh, General, can you help me?
Oh, of course.
Oh, I did it! I did it! I'm on my bicycle!
Hello, fair maid. You are looking beautiful today. Oops.
Some people are so careless.
It's looking beautiful.
Gardener! Can you hold this for me?
I'd be delighted. There you go.
I did it! I did it!
Enjoy your ride. Oh, Princess.
Wait a minute.
Well, I would, but
Just a minute. Till I can do it by myself.
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
Are you ready yet?
Just another minute.
Are you going to ride that thing, or just sit on it?
Are you ready now?
Don't go,
Princess, I have work to do.
but I'll fall off.
But then, perhaps you should leave bicycles till you're bigger, hmm?
Oh. Wait, I've had an idea. If you could just push me over there.
All right, all right.
Princess,
Uh-huh.
you could try stabilizers.
What are they?
Little wheels that go on your back wheel to stop you falling over.
Do you use them?
Me? Well, no,
No stabilisers.
no stabilisers.
That's it. Keep it up. Sweetheart, are you all right?
Just, having a rest.
Oh, okay. Up, 2, 3, 4.
Everyone falls off the first time.
But I fell off the second time too. And the third. And the fourth. And the fifth. And
I'll
the
teach
sixth.
you if you like.
Thank you.
Pedal!
I can't. I'm balancing.
You have to do both at the same time.
Who says?
That's how you do it. Oh, and don't forget to steer.
Can't I learn that bit later?
Left a bit. No, too much. Right, go right.
Am I doing it? I am. I'm doing it. I'm riding my bike.
Keep pedaling.
I can ride a bike. I can ride a bike. I can ride a... Wait. How do I stop?
Look out for traffic.
How do I stop?
Hey, mind my boy! Come on, Daisy.
Ray! What? Ray!
Put that little chap there. I say.
I can't stop! Princess coming!
The princess!
To the pond!
Everyone to the pond! Deck, all hands
Stop
on
that,
deck!
princess!
Brace yourself here.
Prepare for impact!
Stop, princess! Stop, princess! Stop!
Oh, just as well. We were there to catch her.
Poor Poppet.
Oh dear. Now I've got water in my wellies.
Everything's gone droopy.
I better put this away till she's a little bit bigger.
Tricky things, bicycles.
Maybe I'm just not big enough yet.
Are you all right, Princess?
Nope. I wish I could ride a bike. I know.
Where are you going?
I'm going to ride Dad's bike.
But you're not big enough.
Here we go. Come on, slow coach.
Ding, ding,
Oh.
ding, ding. Coming through.
Hold on tight, Poppet!
Come on, Dad. Come on. Oh, put some welly into it, Dad. Pedal faster. That's it. That's it. Ah!
What's all this noise? Oh? Can I have a go?
Sorry. You're too big.
Sorry, dear.
Is it? All right, wait.
You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show. That was The Little Princess, I Want a Bicycle, and in a minute I've got another children's story to read for you. Well, I wonder what you're all going to be doing this weekend. Well, later on today I'm going to be going for a carvery where I'll be able to sample and eat loads of different meats, maybe chicken, beef or pork with lots and lots of yummy vegetables. Well, whatever it is you're doing today, remember to just have fun, whatever it is you're doing. And just because it's raining doesn't mean you can't go outside and have fun. But remember to put on your raincoat. And there are lots of wonderful outdoor activities to do, even if you like jumping in puddles. Well, if you enjoy that and whatever it is you enjoy doing, remember to have fun for the rest of your Sunday today and your weekend. The time now is 9:27, and the next song I'm going to play is a Tumble Tots song called Wake Up Our Muscles. So I hope this song wakes up all your muscles and gets you moving and grooving and jiving to my show today. Here is Tumble Tots, Wake Up Our Muscles.
Oh, let's wake up our muscles and we'll all feel so good. We'll all feel so good. We'll all feel so good. Oh, let's wake up our muscles and we'll all feel so good when we exercise like we should. First of all, wake up your eyes. Open and close. Open and close. Now wake up your mouth. Open wide and close. Keep going. Wake up your arms. Now just your hands. Last of all, wake up your legs. Oh, let's wake up our muscles and we'll all feel so good. We'll all feel so good. We'll all feel so good. Oh, let's wake up our muscles and we'll all feel so good when we exercise. When we exercise like we should.
And the story I'm going to read for you now is called The Teddy Bear's Picnic by Jill Guile. I hope you all enjoy it. If you should peek through the bedroom door, there's a wonderful sight to be found. A cute teddy bear is singing a song, with his little toy friends gathered round. In the still of the night, Dolly awakes. What is the sound that she suddenly hears? She quietly tiptoes down the stairs to spot Teddy as he disappears. Dashing downstairs to the cottage door, Dolly can hardly believe what she sees. Teddy zooms off down the moonlit path before vanishing into the trees. Then, all at once, the woods come to life. There are teddies of every kind. They join in and sing a beautiful song, as Dolly follows closely behind. If you go down to the woods today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go down to the woods today, you better go in disguise. As Dolly peeks from behind a tree, she sees her friend with the teddy bear king. With leapfrogging teddies under the trees, the teddy bears play as they laugh and sing. For every bear that ever there was is gathered there for certain, because today's the day the teddy bears have their picnic. The stars shine down on the party fun. All the teddy bears are in fancy dress. Ballerinas, wizards, cowboys, and a prince and a teddy bear princess. As trees are draped with flags and balloons, Teddy suddenly shouts out with glee. I can see you, Dolly, no need to hide. Why not come to the party with me? At last, the midnight picnic begins. There are marshmallows, jellies, and cakes. Dolly is a special guest of honour. What a wonderful sight it all makes. The guests have eaten all they can. Still, there's one final thing to be done. The teddy bears dance to their very own song. Dolly laughs and joins in with the fun. As the teddy bears' picnic draws to a close, they know all good things must come to an end. Dolly says goodbye to the teddy bears. Now it's time to go home with her friend. Back home at last in their cosy beds, the little friends yawn and snuggle up tight. As they close their eyes and drift off to sleep, they will dream of their magical night. And that was the Teddy Bear's Picnic by Jill Guile. And here is Justin Fletcher, Nellie the Elephant.
Travelling circus came. They brought a beautiful elephant and Nellie was her name. One dark night, she secretly ran away. As quick as you can, off she ran and was never seen again. Nellie the elephant packed her trunk and said goodbye to the circus. Off she rode with a trumpety trump, 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 trump. Nellie the elephant packed her trunk and trundled off to the jungle. Off she rode with a trumpety trump, 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 trump. Night by night, she danced to the circus band. When Nellie was leading the big parade, she looked so proud and grand. No more tricks for Nellie to perform. They taught her how to take a bow and she took the crowd by storm. Nellie the elephant packed her trunk and said goodbye to the circus. Off she rode with a trumpety trump, 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 trump. Nellie the elephant packed her trunk and trundled off to the jungle. Off she rode with a trumpety trump, 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 trump. The head of the herd was calling far, far away. They met one night in Silverlight on the road to Mandalay. Nellie the elephant packed her trunk and said goodbye to the circus. Off she rode with a trumpety trump, 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 trump.
Nellie the Elephant by Justin Fletcher. And don't forget that if you want to be part of my show, then you can read a children's story and record yourself reading it and then send it through to studio@solihullradio.com and I will play it on one of my shows. So if you have a favourite children's book, maybe a Disney story, a CBeebies story or any children's book that you would like to record yourself reading, then you can send it in to studio@solihullradio. That's studio@solihullradio.com and I will play it on one of my shows. And I look forward to hearing the stories that you would like to read live on one of my shows. Well, here is another episode of the Magic Roundabout, and this episode of the Magic Roundabout is called The Experiment. I hope you all enjoy it.
Yes. I'm diabolically clever. Now, is everything ready? Yes. Then let the experiment begin. I need a victim. Oh, you've knocked my hat off, said Brian. You're bald, said Dougal. Yes, like all snails, said Brian. Well, I have some great news for you, said Dougal, evilly. Great news. Really? Said Brian. Oh, you're going to be so pleased, said Dougal. Brian wasn't too sure. It won't hurt, said Dougal. So Brian submitted to Dougal's experiment. Now, have I got it right? Muttered Dougal. Hey, don't say that, said Brian. My head feels very funny. Oh dear, said Dougal. I think the mixture was a bit strong. Hey, who's put the light out? Squeaked Brian. Now, I don't want you to panic, said Dougal. You don't want me to what? Said Brian, panicking. Florence arrived. Help, said Brian. Who are you? Said Florence. Brian, shrieked Brian. I've been got at. Yes, you have, said Florence, trying not to laugh. I didn't recognise you without your hat. And she got it and put it on for Brian. Thank you, said Brian. Ermintrude arrived at Dougal's experimental establishment. "You don't happen to have a pair of scissors about you by any chance?" asked Brian. "Good heavens, a woolly caterpillar! I'm not a woolly caterpillar." "Aren't you, dear?" "No, I'm Brian." Ermintrude thought. "You know, I've always fancied myself with hair. This is going to be tricky. Hurry, dear." "Hurry? You can't hurry science. If you want hair, you'll have to be patient." "As you say, dear." Now, let me see. Yes, she should be about done. Let's have a look. Ermintrude was revealed in all her glory, and Dougal decided that discretion was the better part of valour. "Want some sugar, Dougal?" said Florence. "I'm not Dougal, I'm Ermintrude," said Ermintrude, rather proudly. Florence called Zebedee, who arrived. "Look," said Florence. "Do something." Zebedee examined the evidence. "I see," he muttered. Brian and Ermintrude met. "Can't see your face, dear thing." "Allow me." "I think I might be in a spot of bother," muttered Dougal. "What do you mean by it?" said Zebedee sternly, and he poured some of his special mixture on Dougal's head. No, I'm hearing enough. Stop it. No, get off. "That'll teach him," said Zebedee. Dougal tried hard to rub the mixture off on some leaves, but it was no good. "Oh, dear." Zebedee sprayed Brian and Ermintrude with his mixture, and they were back to normal. Dougal wasn't. "How humiliating," he said. "Oh, I feel like a rabbit." And he went back to his laboratory for some of his own medicine. Would you like a piece of sugar, Dougal?" said Florence. "I could do with something," said Dougal. "It's been a harrowing day." "Oh, your hair. Shouldn't it be a little longer?"
You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show. Are you all having fun this morning? Because I know I am, in the Solihull Radio Touchwood studios presenting this children's show live on Solihull Radio. Last week, if any of you remember, I played a song called Baby Shark, and it's been a YouTube sensation, and Baby Shark has actually taken a bite out of the UK Top 40 charts. It's actually been around, the song Baby Shark, since 2007, but a 2016 cover of the song went viral in August this year. A video of the song on YouTube by a YouTube channel called Pinkfong has been watched more than 1.6 billion times. That's a lot of people watching this song, listening to this song. So I thought, why not play it again on my show? So here we go with Baby Shark on Solihull Radio.
Daddy shark, do-do-do-do-do, Daddy shark, do-do-do-do-do, Daddy shark.
Grandma shark, do-do-do-do-do, Grandma shark, do-do-do-do-do, Grandma shark, do-do-do-do-do, Grandma shark.
Grandpa shark, do-do-do-do-do, Grandpa shark, do-do-do-do-do, Grandpa shark, do-do-do-do-do, Grandpa shark. Let's go hunt, do-do-do-do-do, let's go hunt, do-do-do-do-do, let's go hunt, do-do-do-do-do, let's go hunt. Run away, do-do-do-do-do, run away, do-do-do-do-do.
do-do-do-do-do, safe at last, do-do-do-do-do, safe at last. It's the end, do-do-do-do-do, it's the end, do-do-do-do-do, it's the end, do-do-do-do-do, it's the end.
I bet you all enjoy that song, Baby Shark, because I know I can't stop moving and grooving and jumping around when I'm listening to that song. Because it's my grandma's birthday and I played a song all about Christopher Robin earlier on in my show, I thought I would tell you some fun, interesting and fascinating facts all about Winnie the Pooh this week. So here are my fun and fascinating facts. Fun and fascinating fact number 1 is that A.A. Milne's son, A.A. Milne being the writer of Winnie the Pooh, his son, Christopher Robin Milne, was gifted a teddy bear by his mum in the early 1920s, and it is this exact bear that inspired Winnie the Pooh. Fun, fascinating fact number 2 is that Winnie the Pooh was inspired by a real-life bear. Christopher Robin named his teddy bear after Winnie, a real-life Canadian black bear that lived at London Zoo during the 1920s and 30s. Fun, fascinating fact number 3 is that the 100-acre wood where Winnie the Pooh and all his friends live is actually a real place. Winnie the Pooh and his friends famously live in the 100-acre wood, but did you know that it's actually based on a real place? A.A. Milne, who wrote Winnie the Pooh, purchased a home in Sussex in 1925, and the nearby 500-acre wood became the inspiration for his fictional world and all his characters, including Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Eeyore, and Piglet. Fun, fascinating fact about Winnie the Pooh number 4 is that Christopher Robin, the real Christopher Robin, was born in England in 1920 and was A.A. Milne's, the writer of Winnie the Pooh's, son. So Christopher Robin is based on a real person. And fun, fascinating fact number 5 is that Winnie the Pooh is a patron saint of teddy bears. And to be honest, that is my favourite fact. Fact number 5 is that Winnie the Pooh is the patron saint of teddy bears. Weren't those Winnie the Pooh songs fascinating? And because it's my grandma's 80th birthday today, I thought I would play her favourite song again. And this song is called They're Changing the Guards at Buckingham Palace, featuring the one, the only, Christopher Robin from Winnie the Pooh. And this was my grandma's favourite song when she was a little girl. So, if you're listening, Grandma, I hope you really enjoy this song again. They're Changing the Guards at Buckingham Palace, written by none other than A.A. Milne, the writer of Winnie the Pooh.
The changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. Alice is marrying one of the guard of soldiers. Life is terrible hard, says Alice. The changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. We saw the guard in a sentry box. One of the sergeants looked up and that's all, says Alice. The changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. We looked for the king but he never came. Well, God take care of him all the same, says Alice. The changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. They great big parties inside the grounds. I wouldn't be king for £100, says Alice. The changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. Her face looked up, but it wasn't the king's. He's much too busy assigning things, says Alice. The changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. Do you think the king knows all about me? Sure to, dear, but it's time for tea, says Alice.
And here's another CBeebies song, and this time it's another tweenie song, and it's called Best Friends Forever.
I was alone before I met my friends. I never thought it could ever end. I see them all hanging out together, and they were like, yeah, whatever. Took me a while to understand. All I needed was to be myself, and there's no use trying to pretend if you really want to make some friends. So we're telling you that we've been there before, and we realize we know the score. Yeah, it's alright. We can hang around together. We can be best friends forever. Anytime that you're feeling down, all you need is your friends around. It's alright. We can hang around together. Don't care if your hair's too long. We don't care if your clothes are wrong. We can be best friends forever. It's a drag when you've got no friends. You can think it'll never end. You see them all hanging out together, and they're like, yeah, whatever. It won't take long for you to see. Everybody is just like you and me. We all feel scared at the start, 'cause we're born with a human heart. So you're telling us we've all been there before. Pretty soon you know the score. Yeah, it's alright. We can hang around together. We can be best friends forever. Anytime that you're feeling down, all you need is your friends around. It's alright. We can hang around together. Don't care if your hair's too long. We don't care if your clothes are wrong. We can be best friends forever. It's only natural that you can get it all confused as we go our own way. It's just a waste of time. Don't worry, you'll be fine. It really doesn't matter today. Oh yeah, whatever. It's alright. We can hang around together. We can be best friends forever. Anytime that you're feeling down, all you need is your friends around. It's alright. We can hang around together. Don't care if your hair's too long. We don't care if your clothes are wrong. We can be best friends forever. You can be my best friend. Alright. We can hang around together. We can be best friends forever. You can be my best. Anytime that you're feeling down, all you need is your friends around. It's alright. We can hang around together. You can be my best. Don't care if your hair's too long. We don't care if your clothes are wrong. We can be best friends forever.
How much does it cost a pirate to get an earring? About a buccaneer. The time now is 9:51, and it's coming up to the last 10 minutes of my live Solihull Radio Children's Show today. I've been Alex Manners, and I really hope you've been enjoying my show on this rather fine, but unfortunately wet Sunday morning. Well, next week on my show, I've got lots and lots more wonderful things to play for you. And if you would like to send in any birthdays that I can read out on my show next week, then you can text in the studios on 075 64 30 30 64. That's 075 64 30 30 64. Or you can email us here on studio@solihullradio.com. Also, if you would like to read a story out here on my show, then if you record yourself reading your favourite children's story and send it in to studio@solihullradio.com, then I will play it for you on one of my shows. So, sending in the recording of you reading one of your favourite children's stories to studio@solihullradio.com, and I can't wait to see what stories you have been reading that I will be able to then play on my show. If you would like to listen to Rainbow Man again, this episode that I played today from Rainbow Man at Cadbury's World, then if you head down to YouTube to the Rainbow Man Children's channel, that's YouTube to the Rainbow Man Children's channel, then you will be able to listen to those episodes and stories of Rainbow Man and today's episode of Rainbow Man at Cadbury's World. I love watching CBeebies, and I know a lot of you out there will also love watching CBeebies as well. So here are 2 theme songs from shows that you may just recognise. See if any of you, boys and girls, mums and dads, recognise these theme songs.
A robot, hibernating fruit bats, a giant magnet or a plough, a letter, a parcel, a bouncy castle, an elephant, balloons or a cow, a giant cake as big as a car where PC Selby hides, a pony, a kite or tiny eggs with tiny little chicks inside. Special delivery service that is on his way.
Mission accomplished!
It's Timmy time! Timmy, it's Timmy. He's the little lamb with a lot to learn. Timmy, it's Timmy. He's a handful of trouble at every turn. Timmy leaves the farm and goes out into the world, trying to be cool, he's number one. He joins all his friends on the big adventure, and he's always having such a lot of fun. A lot of fun! Timmy, it's Timmy. He's the little lamb with a lot to learn. Timmy, it's Timmy. He's a handful of trouble at every turn, and he's always having such a lot of fun. A lot of fun! Timmy, it's Timmy. He's the little lamb with a lot to learn. It's Timmy time!
Did you recognise those songs? Because they are 2 theme songs for shows that are on CBeebies. Well, if you really enjoyed my show today, then you can join me again next week live here on Solihull Radio from 8 to 10 a.m. And don't forget to head to our website and click in to my show next Sunday from 8 to 10 a.m. where I'll be playing lots and lots more wonderful songs for you, including Disney songs, CBeebies songs and nursery rhymes. I'll be reading some more stories for you, and hopefully I'll have some guests and other people reading some stories on my show, as well some of their favourite stories. Rainbow Man will be going on another fantastic adventure to somewhere else within Birmingham or Solihull, and I'll be playing some more episodes of some old children's shows. So if anyone has any old children's shows that they'd like me to play, then don't forget to get in touch with us here on Solihull Radio. But before we go, here is another fantastic song to get you moving and grooving for your weekend, and it's the CBeebies Presenters song, It's the Weekend. I hope this gets you moving and grooving and starts your day off with a little bit of fun.
2 special days at the end of the week, so many ways to have fun. Saturday and Sunday are waiting for you. The weekend has begun. It's the weekend. Saturday and Sunday too. It's the weekend. There's fun to have and things to do. It's the weekend. The time for family and friends with CBeebies. That weekend feeling never ends. and visit friends. You can have them round to play. You can pop to town and shop, go somewhere special for the day. Kick a football in the park, perhaps ride on your bike. Make and do or bake a cake, there's just so much to like. It's the weekend, Saturday and Sunday too. It's the weekend, there's fun to have and things to do. It's the weekend, great to get out and about. It's the weekend, it makes you sing, it makes you shout. It's the weekend, the time for family and friends. We see babies, that weekend feeling never ends.
The CBeebies presenters song, It's the Weekend, and it sure is the weekend, and it's coming up to the last 2 minutes of my live children's show this morning. So, if you've enjoyed dressing up with the little princess, exploring Cadbury's World with Rainbow Man and his friends, and playing on the Magic Roundabout, then please join me again live here on Solihull Radio next Sunday morning at the same time from 8 till 10 a.m. and I will have lots and lots more wonderful, wonderful things to play for you. So if you've enjoyed all of the things today, the songs, the old episodes of children's shows and the stories, and of course the episodes and stories of Rainbow Man on his adventures in our local area, then join me again next Sunday. So it's goodbye from me, Alex Manners, and it's goodbye from Rainbow Man. So until next week, au revoir. You're listening to Alex Manners on the Solihull Radio Children's Show.